Hello everyone! Welcome to the mania 7K World Cup 2025 Quarterfinals round. And in this match, we're going to be having two countries, which would be Russian Federation and New Zealand. If you were to look at the seeding, it is incredibly close, and I can't wait to see how that pushes through. I am Silo SKL, and joining me on the commentary booth is none other than Potassium F. Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, especially after that previous match. That was a really exciting one. And hopefully another one here. We are going to be seeing two of the losers bracket teams now versing once again. So the loser, of course, will be eliminated from the tournament. But also, this is the second match that both of these teams have played this weekend. They have both come out of victories yesterday. So one extra little spicy detail is they have some information on what the other team is capable of on some of these picks. And after comparing some of the scores, I will expect Russia to pick all of the rice picks, is what my conclusion is from that.
Yeah, okay, so I am predicting Russia will protect a rice.
They already have. They protected Rice 1, which
I didn't see
does
that.
makes a lot of sense given we did see, I think New Zealand was struggling a little bit with the speed in their match yesterday, and New Zealand protecting Hybrid 2 is a very targeted protect as well, given the team scores from the two teams yesterday as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hybrid 2 was the map that their team scores were, I think, 2,000 points apart. So definitely one that could go either way, but it's the one that I think New Zealand has shown quite a lot of fight in as well. They are a fairly solid all-round team.
Alright, so wait, New Zealand protecting Hybrid 2.
Yep. And I assume Russia's going to ban... Okay, New Zealand banned Rice too, so they're not going to want to... Kind of just throwing out any of the Rice maps would be a fine idea. Russia did have some very scary scores on some of these Rice picks, getting some double full combos, I recall from yesterday. And I assume Russia's going to ban maybe one of the LN picks, if they're uncomfortable with one of those.
It's LN4, isn't it? That's gonna be my prediction. Oh, well, yeah. Right on cue.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the least comfortable LN pick for most teams is going to be LN4, so that does make a lot of sense there from Russia. And it looks like they don't intend on wasting any time. They're taking the Japan strategy of just, let's pick our protect right away. No waiting. We're going straight for Rice 1, and that is one that I think they should, in theory, have a fair advantage on. It does look like the teams are switched, though, for now.
So, okay, Rice 1 pick makes a lot of sense. I just think... I don't know, I just think this could go either way. Also, I think they're on the opposite sides, by the way. Just realized that right now.
Yeah, they do need to be switching around at some point here. But I definitely think, given the information that we had from yesterday, it would be very difficult for New Zealand to win this one unless they get significantly better on this than they did yesterday. Because it did look like there was a bit of discomfort from some of their players, but we'll see. We are going to be having the two Rice players that you would expect for Russia here in Corrèze and Taimbuka, and New Zealand having Worms, their resident Rice player, coming in for this as well, along with Robeats.
Fair enough. So, okay. So, it makes a lot of sense that this is the, what do you call this again, the lineup for New Zealand. I know Robeats and Worms are very adept to Rice skill sets. Same for Kares and Timebuka or Timebuka, I don't know how to pronounce that.
I don't know either. I'm just kind of guessing here. Very sorry for anyone that I mispronounced the name of, because there's always going to be some that I just have no idea. But fairly calm start. We're not really going to see any significant things happening. Oh, okay, never mind. Worms does find an early miss at the intro here. But not too big of a gap, because still matching Timubuka's accuracy is Worms. So small lead for Russia.
Small lead, but that's gonna mean a lot, especially considering with how what do you call it again, the accuracy of New Zealand hasn't really been up to par. Two misses traded, but I think that actually favors me. Oh wait, no, that favors New Zealand slightly just because of the accuracy drop of Team Ibuka there.
Yeah, that accuracy now is looking like it's almost in favor of New Zealand, but New Zealand having the 2 misses to Russia's 1. Ray still holding on that full combo is giving them the advantage so far, and Robeats with another miss there that's going to expand this lead out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit deadly. Oh, Team Ibuka, that's a massive miss. That essentially will tie Robeats there, so there's still a bit of time, but Robeats trades one back. This is exactly what's happening. Russia's giving them opportunities, but New Zealand just cannot capitalize on them.
And throughout all of this, we have Kares still with the full combo, still with the highest ACK in the lobby, and that's really making a huge difference for the Russian Federation. They are looking like they're going to pick up their own point early on. They're Protect, and it is a solid win for them, despite New Zealand having some pretty good scores themselves, actually, with the 960k from Worms, but solid full combo for Kares, a clean one at that, and that is going to be Russia off to a good start themselves.
Great start indeed. They win their own pick, which is exactly what you have to do. But seems like New Zealand's ratio is slightly better, but the tournament count it's all Russian Federation for me.
And I think it's going to be interesting to seeing what New Zealand decide to go for as their game plan here, because they did protect the hybrid, but aside from that hybrid too, it's very hard for me to tell exactly what New Zealand might have an advantage on. The LNs might be what they end up going for.
Probably.
But do they go for it now, or do they go straight for the protect right away is my question.
Let's see.
Oh, it is going to be the protect, actually. They are going with the hybrid too, so first pick hybrid, not something that you are going to be seeing every day in a match like this. But it is precisely because these teams know of each other's scores on some of these maps is why we're seeing some a bit off-meta first picks, you would say.
Fair enough. But still, I'm not sure if this is exactly a great pick, but considering how Rice went, I understand why they're going for something that's not Rice.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is the map where even though Russia had a better team score on this yesterday compared to New Zealand, it was by 2,000 points. And given how that first map went, maybe a bit closer than I was necessarily expecting on Rice 1, it is very possible for New Zealand to end up winning this one themselves. And we are seeing some resident LN players from each team being swapped in, Meiju being a notable LN player on the side of Russian Federation, and Duyufat, of course, being the LN player for New Zealand also.
So yeah, I understand these two swap-ins. Makes a lot of sense, while Robeats and Timubuka stay. Well, Timubuka's sort of having a shaky start, but thankfully it's only at the very beginning, and there's not so much time left in this chart.
Yeah, really strong accuracies right now for New Zealand. Not too far behind is Russia right now with the solid 99% for both players. But it is going to be... Okay, no, never mind, that was a fake miss. No misses from any player so far, but a bit of accuracy drops from the side of New Zealand means that now Oh, trade of misses on the bottom row. Might benefit New Zealand by a little bit though, as Team Ibuka drops below 99%, so does Do You Fart.
So yeah, things really get switched up. The accuracy, oh, that was a massive dent for just one miss on Team Ibuka's end, so something tells me they're starting to lose the stability there.
But New Zealand as a team, both of their players have been missing a couple of times now. The only player that is not finding these frequent misses is Meiju on the side of Russia, and that is what's giving this 10,000 point lead towards Russia right now as Robeats finds multiple misses. That is denting the score a little bit, but the accuracies are still really close despite the repeated misses. It should theoretically still be comebackable for New Zealand, but this lead growing more and more. Do You Fart finding another miss?
Well, that's one miss on Team Ibuka right there. But New Zealand is sort of starting to creep in.
Oh my god.
That's their chance! This is their opportunity. That's a massive team reset and another one.
Oh, hang on a second. Wait, Meiju's struggling all of a sudden. Do You Fart does trade one back, but this is getting really, really close.
But Robeats, oh, this is the problem. They cannot capitalize on the opportunities Russian Federation is giving them. But now these elements are in. I think there's a bit of a chance again. Oh, there's not that much time left.
The accuracies are dead even between the two teams. It's just the misses happening a bit too frequently on New Zealand's side throughout the map. This map is cooling down, and 8,000 points, I don't know if that's going to be possible to come back from. Russia is going to find a very early breakpoint here. And dead even scores. You can see the difference in Meiju and Robeats and Team Ibuka and Do You Fart. These are identical almost.
Yeah, Robeats had the best ratio by a lot. So that means New Zealand already wins on the ratio aspect. The heart counts are almost the same as well. But I think New Zealand's misses were more spread out. So that's why I think Russia probably won this.
Yeah, definitely much more spread out for New Zealand. As we saw, like Meiju's 4 misses were all pretty much in the same location. But that is a strong start for Russia because they have plenty of rice pigs that they can churn through now. There's 4 left and they can just keep picking them, force New Zealand to win a breakpoint at some point to be able to come back in this match. The question is, which one do they go for? Because there's still quite a few left. I would say... Oh, okay, Rice 5 going to be the pick here. I was thinking Rice 6 coming out at some point for Russia, but Rice 5 I think is also a decent choice for them. And I'm trying to think back, did New Zealand play this last time? I think they may have. But definitely kind of along similar lines of the Rice 1. They're trying to really target New Zealand's potential discomfort when it comes to like the faster patterns, the more technical patterns, and hoping that Russia themselves hold onto those combos for a bit longer.
Okay, let's take a... I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. But no Robeats for this pick? That's an interesting decision there.
There's been a fair few of these Rice picks that Robeats has not been playing for. I think Do You Fart is definitely one of the players that has been, I feel like, more consistent when it comes to holding combo on the New Zealand team, while Worms is that player that is expected to get the higher accuracy on the team as well. So definitely on a pick like this, where you would say there is a lot of choke potential, a lot of places where you can miss on combo, I think the ability to maintain that combo is going to come in really helpful, especially as we see Kare's early miss on the side of Russia, going to give New Zealand a little bit of an early lead.
Luckily, the key word is early, so that's not really going to matter on the long run. However,
that one's going to matter a little bit more, though, from Team Ibuka. So now both of the FCs gone from Russia, but Worms does trade one back. So this lead is going to stay quite close. Do You Fart finding a big miss? That was a whole % of accuracy being dropped.
Yeah, that's going to be massive. Another one. it's really gonna affect them if they cannot keep this consistency up.
Oh, but full lobby wipe there. Both players on New Zealand and Russia all missing, so this score is not going to balloon quite as much as Russia would like it to. Another miss at the end there from DuYuFa is going to keep it in Russia's favor, but we can see the trades coming back and forth. Team Ibuka missing once more. This lead is refusing to grow.
Yeah, these misses are gonna haunt Russian Federation, especially if it's gonna keep on coming. But thankfully, New Zealand also drops. New Fart has been on a roll combo-wise, but Worms has been fighting. Oh, that's the worst place to find a miss! On the break section as well.
Really unfortunate repeated misses here from Worms, running out of stamina a little bit perhaps, and now it seems like Russia has been the team to start stabilizing their combo. They've been missing a lot less in this recent section, and that's why this lead is now 25,000 points as we're getting into the last section of the map.
Indeed. So yeah, more of this. There's more technical patterns, more courage streams, and I just think Russian Federation will continue to increase that lead. Just not stopping at all. Very consistent. Everyone has sort of maintained some stability, but just like that, Russia is gonna take the third point of the match.
Yeah, winning on another one of these rise picks was fairly close in the middle, but definitely thanking Karez there on the Russian team. He was putting in a massive combo after the early misses in the map. Not missing again for the entire rest of it is really that big score difference between the two teams. We can see New Zealand catching up with Team Ibuka there. But 3-0 right now. Russia maintaining their lead in the match as New Zealand going to want to put their first point on the board as soon as possible.
Alright. So yeah, I think New Zealand's picking... I don't know. Okay, to be fair, the hybrid pick was very close. Wait, wait, oh, okay. Yeah, hybrid was picked, that's what I was wondering. So wait, what's happening? It's LN2? LN2.
It is okay. LN2. Trying out a different part of the pool that hasn't quite been tested so far in this match. Definitely a pretty good idea. I wouldn't go towards any of the rise picks for New Zealand. So between LN and hybrid is going to be nice to try something different.
Fair enough. I think this could go very well for New Zealand if the consistency is there.
And we are going to be seeing the LN teams come out for both of these countries. Once again, Meiju and Robeats coming back in. This one being the density pick as well. But at this speed and at this density with the tricky LNs we are going to be seeing through this one, very high potential for some huge accuracy drops at any point in time.
Fair enough. Now we will have to see this pick.
And we have seen this time and time again so far. This intro is rough. All four players missing right on that same section just about, and some really big struggles in accuracy. No one is above that 99% mark at the start there because of how suddenly this map really just gets into it.
And now, Russia is in the advantage in the driver's seat for LNs. But I don't think this is a safe lead just yet, because there's so many LN patterns here that can trip the player, just like that. And now Team Ibuka dropping. But the trades is not gonna help.
Oh yeah, both players on New Zealand missing, but then so did both players on Russia. It's just been happening a little bit more for New Zealand, so Russia is going to walk away with 30,000 points of lead right now. And the accuracy from Meiju is really helping them out as well, hitting that 99%, the only player in the lobby to do so. New Zealand struggling to hold any 400 combos, so they are not reaching that maximum combo threshold very often. Well, Russia has been holding consistent so far in this kind of second quarter of the map.
Yeah, and now that even though Russia has missed a few times, New Zealand has done that even more, not to mention accuracy. So just from the consistency alone and from reading, they aren't really able to keep up with Russia on these picks. So I think LM2, sorry, is this LM2? This is right.
This is LN2, LN2, yes.
Yeah, so like I think fast LM density charts aren't the go-to for New Zealand.
Yeah, it looks like New Zealand are stabilizing now with these combos and these accuracies starting to rise, but it is just a little bit too late in the map for anything to really happen here.
Yeah, time is running out, and I think Russia will convincingly take this one.
Yeah, that is 40,000 points, not enough time in the map. And Russia takes a second breakpoint here. They are 4-0 up now. And once again, it feels like Russia's getting these scores where they're missing at the start of the map and then just FCing the entire rest of it. As we see 3,000 combo there for Team Ibuka. And now it is Russia's pick once again. They have those Rice maps all up. I would probably expect to see a Rice 6 coming out, because that is another one that I think Russia does have the information for New Zealand on, and another one that I feel like Russia should be relatively comfortable with compared to something like the Rice 4.
Yeah, I think Russia probably... They shouldn't pick Rice 3. Oh my goodness! The moment I said that, they pick Rice 3. What is going on?
I mean, Rice 3, definitely not a bad pick either. I think that Rice 4 was probably like maybe the only pick that I wouldn't go for. This one might be quite risky, but so far it has been Russia that have had the better accuracy on the Rice, so that should definitely come in handy when it comes to a core jack like this.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And of course, it being a core jack map, you really do need to keep up with that accuracy. So do you fart being switched out in favor of Worms? So the two more accuracy focused, more ratio focused players on New Zealand being played for this one. Well, Russia maintains their Rice roster, of course.
So yeah, I just really think, I hope Russia is very consistent on this chart. Just because any mistake on a core jack pick will cost you a lot of points compared to other picks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we even saw it in that last match, how close the score gap is when all four players managed to FC. But of course, we are not expecting that to happen in any more matches than it already has, for sure.
Alright, let's see. So yeah, at the start we can already see that New Zealand has an accuracy advantage, but I don't think this means much because this is a very long chart. 3 minutes.
This is a weird couple of 200s for Team Ibuka at the start of the map, going down to the low 99s. But of course, intro, still plenty of time to catch up that accuracy. And Robeats does actually drop that accuracy down quite a lot himself. And oh, a miss early on here for Robeats. That's going to maybe flip the point lead over to Russia. New Zealand still does have that accuracy lead. And Team Ibuka actually trades the miss right back as well. So now definitely New Zealand staying ahead. decent lead that feels like the first decent lead that New Zealand has had so far in this match now. But they're going to have to hold on. The densest section is going to appear right at the end of the map. And
oh wait!
Really?
This is what I was saying. I wasn't a fan of this pick. And this is exactly why.
Yeah, that happens more often than you would think it would, or it should, you should say. Missing in that break section. And now it is New Zealand. Better accuracy on both of their players and the better combos as well. As we're getting into the second half now.
It's still a very volatile pick. Oh, volatile indeed, as Worms finds a drop. But it's gonna take more than that. Robeats has the consistency, but the problem is, as time passes on, I just know fatigue could be a factor.
That was a huge accuracy drop from Worms. There was a few 100s that he got on a couple of those chords. That actually basically tied up the score lead. I think that's a bigger deal than the miss, honestly. Because now these two teams, it's not very far in favor of New Zealand. It's only 3,000 points, and that miss from Worms, I think that might be enough to give Russia back the lead.
But here's the thing. There's still a bit more of the chart left. If any misses happen from Russia here, it's gonna go back. But here's the thing. It has to happen now.
Oh
I see a 50 from Timebuka. That is scary. Wait a second. If anyone misses here, that's who the point is guaranteed to.
Oh no, so, wait. Who's gonna win? This is less than 1,000 points.
Oh,
but Worms finds a miss at the end. That decides it.
That gives it to Russia. Oh wow. The ratio game was won by New Zealand, but that wasn't enough. 1250s on... Wow, 1250s on Timebuka. Timebuka was holding on to dear life for that lead, and it paid off.
That was insane. At the very end, you can see, as you said, the ratio advantage was so strongly in favor of New Zealand that entire map. But the missed differences just towards the very end is what costed the entire map. And now Russia managing to get by the skin of their teeth. 5-0 now. They're on a break. They're on a match point, I should say, already.
I'm really shocked. The fact that those 50s, if any of those 50s were a miss, it's over. That's game over. New Zealand takes that.
Yeah, 12 50s. That was a balancing act there for Timebuka. And, oh wait, oh my god. New Zealand, they're picking Rice. That is a ballsy call right there, but Rice 6 coming out. Maybe they're feeling more confident after seeing the ratios, but I guess the risks they have to take if they want to come back into this match, because they need a clean reverse sweep from this point onwards.
That's just crazy though. The fact that they're going for Rice after all how Rice picks end, and then I'm not sure what to feel about that.
And of course, they are going to be keeping in Robeats and Worms for this one. I do believe this is another one of those picks that you do want to be keeping the accuracy decently high on as well, because it is one of the more straightforward of the Rice picks.
That's crazy, but now let's see if this bold pick from New Zealand pays off. I don't know really if this is the pick they should have went with.
Well, only one way to find out. We'll see how it plays out in the match itself. Early on, no big advantage for either team. A bit of an act drop for Robeats early on, but nothing too serious just yet. Only 1,000 points for Russia.
It actually keeps on going on. I noticed that Robeats sort of dropped a little bit. And as I say that, Robeats eventually did drop a miss, so that's gonna be when the problems start.
Yeah, combo is going to be so imperative on a map like this as well. I don't know if you're going to be expecting Russia to miss a whole lot on something like this. And Worms, that's both of the full combos gone for New Zealand.
Time is of the essence here. Now we're in the break section. No one misses here, thankfully.
But that's already 3 misses for New Zealand. 22,000 points in favor of Russia. They still have their 2 full combos in the second half now.
And just like that, more and more of this accuracy and consistency lead is going to the Russian Federation. Not exactly what you'd want if you're in New Zealand, but there's still a bit of time, and I know it's not the least dense chart out there.
Yeah, but the misses are just not coming from the side of Russia. Robeat's finding another one there. Still 2 full combos on that left side of the screen, and a wipe for New Zealand. It feels like it's way too late in the map now. This is 45,000 points. Massive full combos for both of those Russian players, as Team Ibuka with a huge 99.7%.
And I think that does it. The Russian Federation has secured a win 6-0. That's a very big win, especially considering that this is only 3 seeds apart. However, you gotta give it to New Zealand. They had so many close calls. Like, we could have been seeing a 4-2 situation right now.
Yeah, there were some very real opportunities there for New Zealand, but just unfortunately for them, every close map going the side of Russia, and Russia is going to manage to pull off the clean sweep. New Zealand is going to be eliminated here in the quarterfinals, while Russia is going to be moving forward to verse Indonesia next week in the losers bracket.
Spicy match, very spicy match. I am hoping to see that match really live, because I just know those teams will be amazing in the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the map pool's only getting harder from here on, so we're going to be seeing a lot more drama with the misses as well, and some players probably struggling to keep up as well, as the maps, I think they're going to get a lot harder. I think we're reaching the end game very soon, but that is going to be it for this one here. And I believe, do we have a match in 30 minutes or not?
Let me check. Let's see.
We do not, actually.
An hour from now. Okay. Now that is a big match as well.
Oh, we got quite a few of them left. The rest of this weekend being pretty stacked in terms of matches here. Philippines versus Hong Kong going to be the next one at 12 UTC. That's going to be in an hour and a half. So make sure you stick around for that one, because that one is a winner's bracket match, is it?
It's the last winner's bracket match that hasn't happened yet, yes.
Oh, okay. Very spicy one there coming up. And then followed up with quite a few, I think, losers bracket matches in a row coming later tonight. So make sure you stick around for that one. We're going to be going offline for about an hour and a half. But unless there's anything you want to add, we will see you guys later.